If you've ever received a job offer and said yes on the spot, I need you to watch this, because that decision, as exciting as it felt in that moment, may have costed you more than you realize. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. Now, before I get you into this video for the day, if no one has ever told you what really happens on the recruiter side of a job offer conversation, this channel is for you. It's to give you insight on your own conversation and what happens on the recruiter side. So follow me across all my social media platforms, Jola Agboju, because what I'm about to share can change the outcome of every job offer you receive from this point. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly why you should never accept a job offer on the same day and what you should do instead. I know sometimes out of excitement of finally getting the job, landing that offer, you are tempted to say yes so you don't lose the opportunity, so nobody else gets offered, but something might be going wrong there. Now, receiving a job offer is one of the most exciting moments in the job search. It shows that your reward has come. You know, all your stress, the job application processes, the interview has finally yielded, right? But after all the applications and the waiting, the interviews, the uncertainty, if you say yes on the spot, you're missing out. Here is what you don't know and why you shouldn't say yes. Saying yes immediately signals that you had no other option. Now, when a candidate accepts an offer on the spot, it tells the recruiter and the hiring manager that this was their only opportunity. Now, their perception changes whether this is true or not when it gets to your negotiation position. It influences their ability to accept or reject your negotiation. Now, companies make better offers to candidates when they believe that the candidate is in demand, that the candidate knows his or her value. Now, the moment you accept without hesitation, you are simply accepting, or you're simply confirming that you're not in demand. Now, here is one reason why you should not say yes immediately. You have not had time to review the full offer. Now, the job offer is not just the salary figure they give you. No, it's not just the exact amount they are offering you or that you asked to be offered. You've not had time to review the benefits, the leave entitlement, the working hours, the probation terms, performance reviews, timelines, the work policies, remote or hybrid, and even growth opportunities. You've not had time to review and properly think about the implication of accepting that job on your career. Now, when you accept on the spot, it means you are agreeing to all these terms, sometimes even before they tell you what they are. So what do? You have to read carefully, ask questions, compare against your expectation. Don't sign, don't verbally commit to something that you have not fully reviewed. Another reason why you should not accept on the spot is that you lose your negotiation window. Once you say yes, in fact, conversations about compensations, benefits, allowances, whatever, is over. Employers expect candidates to negotiate because most times the amounts they offer you or the benefits given to you is not really the total package. So trust me, it is a normal and professional part of the hiring process. You can negotiate, but you can only negotiate before you accept. The moment you accept, you're saying you have agreed to their terms, and going back to renegotiate sometimes becomes significantly harder. In fact, it can create a difficult dynamic before you have even started the role and give the wrong impression at a job you have not even started. Also, when you take time to show to review, it shows confidence, it shows professionalism, right? Because imagine you have 24 to 48 hours to review. Any offer that is going to be presented to you would have to be thought through because the company understands that you are going to review. So, and also makes you seem like it makes you appear as someone that does not take hasty decisions, someone that takes serious decisions, someone that knows our worth and does not jump at the first number given. They take their time, they evaluate, they respond thoughtfully. And that is the person the kind of company wants on their team. Trust me, it gives you a very good impression even before you start, even before you get to the point of KPIs and targets and rewards and all of appraisals and all of those things. Now, When you receive an offer, what do you say on the spot? Because you have to respond, whether it's a virtual session or an email. You can say, thank you so much for your offer. I am genuinely excited about this opportunity. Then you let them know, I would like to take 24 to 48 hours to review the full details before I give you my formal response. Is that okay? Okay, so that gives them room to let you know, oh, 24 to 48 hours is too long. Can you do it within 12 to 24 hours? At least they've officially given you time to think, time to review, time to make decisions, time to do your research. So nobody's going to penalize you for asking for a day to review an offer, because they understand that you are going to get committed to this and you need the time to choose wisely. So what do you do within that time frame, 12, 48, 24 hours? Review the offer thoroughly, research the rates, research the culture. Even though I expected that you have done that even before application, do that again. Ask for benefit that you know the company gives that were not mentioned to you, allowances, leave. Ask about them. So what that does is, in a situation where perhaps you're only told about leave entitlement, but there's an allowance for accommodation or an allowance for wares, clothing allowance, but it was not mentioned. When you bring that up, they are bound to accept, rather than in a situation where they never said anything about it and you had accepted blindly. So remember, you need time to review so you can totally understand what you ask of them, or when they are asking you for something unreasonable. It could be in that situation that you find out that they have hybrid opportunities, but they're expecting you to work fully on site. Now, when you're applying for a job, you have applied for, you applied to 5, 10 different organizations. It might not be easy for you to remember the information for each organization, but when you are offered, you can go and do your research again. That way you can come to a conclusion as to whether that role or opportunity is the right fit for you or not. So remember, the next time you get an offer, don't reply on the spot. Take time to review and make your decision. This is Jola Agbojo. If you find my tips helpful, subscribe across all my platforms at Jola Agbojo. Like, follow, and share. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.